What is going on, guys? My name is Patrick, aka Chief Pat, and today bringing you guys the next episode of my 2-week Titan series. So we're sitting at 4,035 trophies up in Champion 1, which means we're only 65 trophies away from the Titan League. So let's go and attack some good bases and see if we can get those trophies pretty quickly. And looking at this first base I'm attacking, this guy's actually in Titan 3, which means he's the first person I've ever attacked in the Titan League. So hopefully we can get a lot of trophies for this one. And let's go ahead and attack him from the top left side of his base. So again, whenever I attack a base like this, I like to make two separate compartments where I attack from so my golems just don't run all the way around the base, because you can see this guy has all of his defenses lined up to where my troops would just, or my defenses would just, or my golems, sorry, would just run around in a circle. So instead I made two separate entry points, and it looks like a couple of my golems will be able to go to the center and go towards the town hall. So King's making his way to the town hall as well. I did make a mistake. You can see the single target Inferno Tower doing work on my King, and it took me a while to drop the free spell. So he's going to sit at like 10 HP for a bit until he gets shot down in a second. But I still have plenty of troops in the center, as well as my P.E.K.K.A. are going to start swiping away at that town hall. So P.E.K.K.A. doing a crazy amount of damage to town halls. I think they like 2 or 3 shot it when you have a rage spell on top of them. So the town hall went down in a flash. And looking at what I have left, I still have 2 archers inside of my army camps, but more importantly, I have my queen sitting behind these golems, and they're pretty much going to act as bodyguards while she goes ahead and destroys the rest of the base to get me to 50%. So it looks like the golems are doing plenty of work. Going to go ahead and activate my queen's ability to hurry up and destroy these buildings. 48%, 49%, and finally the archer tower goes down, getting us to 50% and a total of 25 trophies for this raid. So that was amazing. I couldn't believe I found that many trophies. Usually it could take me like 3 or 4 hours to get 25 trophies. So to get in a single raid was awesome, and I was actually finding a lot of bases really quickly today, and I'll tell you guys more about that towards the end of the episode. Alright, so next base right here, I've told you guys before, I like attacking bases like this with lots of wall compartments because it's really easy to get to the town hall, because literally all I have to do is drop 2 jump spells, and I'm going to make my way there in like half a second. So 2 jump spells went down, going to drop my rage spell and the rest of my troops. Since I'm attacking a base like this, I can drop my golems really spread out, and they should be able to cover plenty of the base and to get me an easy 50%, as well as I can probably take out the town hall. So this guy doesn't have a single targeted Inferno Tower, which means my free spell is sort of useless. I'm going to use it on the multi-targeted Inferno right there, as well as one of the Expos. Troops are still making their way around. Looks like the Queen latched onto the Town Hall, so that's going to go down in just a second. 47%, close to 50%, and in just a second, my Queen should be able to finish off the rest of the buildings while my King gets distracted, and it looks like he's going to die to the opponent's Barbarian King. So anyways, going to activate my Queen's ability. She'll shoot down the Inferno Tower and the Dark Elixir storage. That's going to get us to 50% yet again, and seeing as this guy was in Champion 1, I actually got a pretty decent trophy offer, and I won 13 trophies for that raid. So 2 pretty good raids so far. I can't expect 25 trophies every single raid like that first one, but to get 13 is amazing. So let's just go ahead and check out this next base. Looks like this guy is another maxed out base. Pretty easy shot to get to the center and get to his town hall, but the trick with this base is making sure your troops or your golems don't get distracted and go off to the right side and just attack all those buildings. Because what this base design is doing, if I drop my golems and I don't do much else, they might just go all the way to the right and attack. Like, first of all, they're going to attack this air defense right here, like you can see. Then the golem's going to go to the cannon, then to the mortar. So instead, I'm dropping my wizards and another mortar on the top right. So it's going to go ahead and start destroying some of those defensive buildings, and it's going to make my golems more likely to go to the center. All right, so golems are making their way over right now, and seeing as I have 4 of my 5 golems in the center, as well as both of my P.E.K.K.A. and my King and my Queen, I'd say it's pretty impossible for me to mess up this raid, because that would just be insane. I mean, if I have my full army composition, all my wizards, all my golems inside of the center, except for 1 golem, and I lost, that would be pretty nuts. And you're going to see it's a bloodbath in the center, but eventually my P.E.K.K.A. and my King are able to destroy the town hall and get us the first star for this raid. So still have plenty of golems left. I think I have 3, maybe 2 now that one got destroyed by that Inferno Tower. Going to go ahead and keep shooting down some of these buildings. Again, recurring theme for these raids is that the Queen is in the back towards the end, and she's just going to clean up the last 10 to 15% like she usually does and get me that second star for the raid. So it's been pretty nice. I've definitely improved my skills with the Queen over the last couple of raids. I know a lot of people with the new Queen AI are sort of struggling to keep their Queen in the back of the raid, and sometimes they just go around the side of their base and do nothing. And again, I still do that from time to time, but compared to the first episode, I feel like I'm doing a lot better with my Queen, and my raids have been a lot more concise and clean. All right, so next base here, this guy's base design was pretty weird. We've been attacking a bunch of different base designs today, which is pretty fun. It's sort of annoying when you attack the same base over and over, unless it's a really easy one. But this guy had sort of an interesting design that I didn't necessarily agree with. But let's just go ahead and attack him anyways and see if we can get to the center. And honestly, getting to the center is probably going to be the easiest part of this raid, seeing as I just have to drop 2 jump spells and I'm going to make my way there. But I was a little bit worried about getting to 50% because I sort of funneled all my troops to the center. And usually when you do that, you can actually struggle to get the 2nd star, and you might only get around 40% for your raid. But I still have plenty of my troops alive. I dropped a pretty good free spell to save some of my frontline troops. I think it was targeting a golem or a P.E.K.K.A. And then just going to keep making my way through. Looks like this guy doesn't have fully maxed out defenses, which means my queen's going to do work on the outside. And again, this guy was in Champion 1, which means I'm going to get a pretty hefty amount of trophies for this raid, which is always a good thing. So queen's shooting down some more buildings. King, P.E.K.K.A. and golem are still alive down there. I was sort of considering trying to get 3 stars in this raid, but unfortunately, if I might have had one more jump spell, I could have been able to do it, but still didn't think I had a shot, so I went ahead and ended the battle there. 12 trophies again, and so far I've been racking up some major trophies, and especially because we just found another guy in Titan 3, so let's go ahead and try to take this guy out as well. I can't tell you guys, like over the course of an hour, I found maybe 100 trophies worth of bases, and if you guys have been watching the series, there was 2 days where I got 100 trophies total. So literally over the course of an hour, I found 100 trophies available, which was awesome, and I was able to attack a couple of these bases. Unfortunately, I was able to execute my attacks pretty well, especially with this base right here. I dropped my wall breakers on the top and the right hand side, and then used a jump spell in the center, which is really good for this type of base because usually people attack all from one side and just get destroyed. So I was off to a really good start. Looks like my king's already in the center of the base. Queen should follow in a second, and wizards are doing work as well behind them. All right, so I dropped a free spell. I don't know what I was really doing there. I missed both Inferno Towers. I really have no explanation for that, but still plenty of my troops are in the center, so I think I should have a pretty good shot still. And as my queen shoots down that town hall, we're going to get our 1st star, and we're going to be sitting at 41% for this raid. So all right, queen still has her ability left. She still will be able to use that to get us to 50%. We're at 48% right now, plus we have 2 archers in our camps, so going to go ahead and pop her ability, 50%, and that's going to go ahead and get us 15 trophies for this raid as well. So some really, really awesome raids today. I can't tell you guys how amazing it was to find all those trophies, and towards the end, you can see we are at 4,189 trophies for a total of 150 trophies for the day. And again, I found 100 of those trophies within an hour, and of course, this finally puts me in Titan 3, which means I, at worst, will have, I guess, gotten to Titan 3 for this series. But again, this series isn't ending after I hit Titan. I want to push up as far into Titan as I can over the course of 2 weeks. So don't worry. A lot of people were tweeting me saying that I should have made it more difficult, but I want to keep climbing up the Titan League. Maybe I can get to Titan 2. I was thinking it was unrealistic earlier in the series, but since I had a really good day today, maybe I have a chance. But yeah, really, really awesome raids today, and I was happy to find all those bases and to be able to 2-star every single one of them. So that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, we have hit the Titan League, but we're going to keep pushing up to Titan 2. I know Titan 1 is probably unrealistic, seeing as Galadon's been at like 4,600 trophies for, it seems like a year now, just because there's no bases to find. But hopefully we can make our way up to Titan 2. We'll have to see what happens. And yeah, you guys can drop a prediction for where you might think I'll end up at the end of the series. That's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.